This is called, some people call this cleavers. I call it, no, yeah, some people call it cleavers. We always used to call it sticky willy because the seed pods are really sticky. Another day at the beautiful nurseries here in Mumby in Lincolnshire. Rasher's been walked, a bag of rubbish put in the bins, opened the shed up, and a very, very heavy dew overnight, and 2 days of no rain or wind. Oh, right, let's go and open up. Oh, hello birds, blackbird in the shed. They're getting up in the eaves. If you remember last year, in fact, well, let's have a look. Up in the eaves, we had a pigeon nest last year. Unfortunately, the chick didn't make it. So I've got a few people going off today, and we're in for a very quiet day. But I've got quite a lot to do. I've got a job needs doing in the cottage. I've got somebody coming in to help me. I need the dew to burn off, and a lot of mowing, and I want to get some seeding down today as well, all being well. Right, so following on from my last vlog, got out yesterday with the Husqvarna. This may be a couple of days ahead. Listen, so this grass is still very soft. I wouldn't put a tent on here, but what we are going to do, I am going to skim over this, and then that will be the centre of the site all mowed, and I'm going to try and fly around this afternoon and do the outside touring pitches. And I'm just on my way to the back of the seasonals to see whether the mud's dried up and whether I can get some seed down at long last. I've been waiting weeks for this, and I've got a guy in doing a job in the cottage as well, which is long overdue. We've still got a bit of a puzzle. I've still got a bit of a puzzle, so I might I might give this another 24 hours. I just need to move these couple of scaffolding boards, and the swimming pool is going down, and we've got some seasonal people who've been away for a bit back with us. Right, let's crack on. Also, right, I'm going to put a couple of clips in here now. You remember the bird box I put up at the back of my caravan last year? No, it wasn't. It was Christmas time. So we've got a couple of tits have actually been into the box by the looks of it, and I've also had a robin casing it up. So whether or not they've actually gone in and nested in there, the tits, I'm not sure. So I have got a robin box and another bird box, so I'm actually going to put them in. But have a look at this here now, this clip coming up, and you can see some of the bird action. And pitch number 11, two little duck pitch. Dried up at long last, unbelievable. Right, let's go and I think I might take me hoodie off, and I might even put some sunglasses on. Right, so we have progress. So this ground is still really wet. So again, I've got the mower deck quite high up on here. And all being well, this will dry out in the next couple of days, and then we'll get the Stiga mower out. Right, onto some other pitches around the perimeter now. Right, so I've just been chatting to Paul. Do you remember Paul, the mower man who fixed me mower? He's just done a job for us in the cottage that should have been done over winter. Anyway, another one out of the way. So just done there, and just doing here. Yeah, make hay while the sun shines. Say that, the sun's gone in at the moment. Right, steady progress. I'm about a third of the way done. 2/3 to go. Right, so mission accomplished. Touring area remowed. Unbelievably how long that grass was. Obviously with all that rain and the everything warming up, so let that go now for a couple of days, then I'll get the Stiga on it, and tomorrow time to start on the seasonal area, get it back down again. Pop the Parrot is on the TV. Right, we've got some more news on parrots coming up in a later blog. Right, Mark's doing cooked breakfasts, aren't you, Mark? Cooked breakfasts, cooked brunches, and cooked food. Yeah.
A dog sandwich, you have.
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of the afternoon now, so he's got some bacon left over, and And so I said I'll have a bit of bacon and a cup of coffee. It's gone cool to what it was as well. So you've done quite well in the cafe though. It's been quite a few people in, hasn't it?
Yeah, the last few days have been quite busy.
Yeah. So it's if you're staying here, come and say hello to Mark, and as well as coffees and teas, he'll cook you something and be quite adaptable.
Yep.
And if you want something in the afternoon, if Mark's about, he'll oblige with hot drinks, cake,
snacks.
You can even have, Mark, you could even have a cup of coffee and an ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't you?
A Magnum.
A Magnum. Don't mention the Magnums. Mark's had a Magnum dilemma where we sold out of Magnums, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, all going good. Right, I need some brown sauce. Mark, where's the brown sauce?
In the fridge.
In the fridge. Right, I need some brown sauce. You can't have bacon without brown sauce. Right, so Sandra has sent another video over, another mini vlog that she's done in the garden back at home. Before I put it in, I'm going to defend myself. So she's having a right go at me about a holly tree. So Sandra, if you remember, I moved that holly tree out of the back garden and you were adamant, shouting at me that I'd killed the holly tree. That holly tree is beautiful and it's now how it should be. In front of the porch, the reason why everything had to be cut back was because of the builders that were in. And I think Sandra may have forgotten, we're about to get our house re-roofed very shortly. And that's going to entail scaffolding going up and a whopping great big skip in the front garden. Hey ho, Sandra, hope you've remembered about that. And isn't my hedge looking beautiful that I planted, that you said wouldn't take? Right, here's Sandra in the garden. Ignore everything she says about me, and she's very adamant that she really likes her sticky willy. Get into this.
Good afternoon, and here we are. It's a fine sunny afternoon. It's not freezing cold and it actually feels like spring. Yay! Anyway, so I'm just in our new porch. I think some of you saw the porch being rebuilt a few weeks ago. And so probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think now, I started off some seeds. So I've got some seedlings going, and during the week planted them up into bigger pots. So I've got more upstairs, but it's just some of the ones that I'm working on at the moment. So there's, what have we got here? We've got broccoli, sprout, okay, well, there was probably cabbage, turnip, beetroots, yeah. I think there was some cauliflower knocking around somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so started off a few seedlings and see how they survive. They'll get attacked by the slugs as soon as I put them out, so see how bad the colour is this year. And also we have lots of cabbage white butterflies as well. Anyway, so this is our front garden. So I showed you the lovely tulips the other night. Well, still looking rather magnificent. Yeah, so I thought I'd just give you a very quick little tour of my garden. And every year Neil says there's nothing in there, let me just dig it all over because there's nothing there. And honestly, promise you Neil, there is stuff in here. So what can you see so far? So we've got some hiding under here. We've got some lavender. You can see the bluebells at the back there. This was a lovely beautiful bay tree. Anyway, it'll recover eventually, but it's had the Neil treatment, unfortunately. He was worried about access. Obviously it's quite close to the porch, so he wanted to clear everything so that they could work on the porch. I was a bit over enthusiastic, sadly. Anyway, it'll recover. Yeah, and then so the roses again. I've got the best ever rose is called Keep Smiling. There you go. And then Freedom Never Survived Here, just Keep Smiling. And there's a couple of other ones that I put in at various times. There's a little bit of gooseberry back there. There's some loose strife dotted around that comes up just randomly, really. And then this other biggest thing, this is fairly new, it's Echinops. So it has nice big purple globe flowers, and the bees love that. Speaking of bees, I've just rescued 2 honeybees out of our porch. Yeah, so freed the bees. And then again we've got what was the beautiful big holly tree. It is big no more. It has had the Neil treatment as well. Let's hope that recovers. So Neil's tried to kill this on a number of occasions, but it's always come back so far. Great. And then we have a few strawberry plants snuck in there. Another Echinops. I'm going to probably plant something new in here. I'm not sure what yet. So that was dug over. And then that's just a new rosemary plant, because my old rosemary plant had got really big and woody, so I decided to have a fresh start on that. Still need a solution to the herb garden problem, so Neil got me this lovely planter. So it's a wooden planter, and those pots you can see down there should be in the planter, but unfortunately they lose too much water in the sun, so I need some way to have something in the bottom to hold more water so they don't dry out too badly when it's hot and sunny. Anyway, so that's work in progress. Then we have had this is where the what are they called, snowdrops come up first, but the snowdrops have been and gone by now. And these are the bluebells starting to come up, and there's some violias peeking out there. Yeah, and then go down to my edible bits of garden. So I said about the rosemary, obviously the bay tree. This is called, some people call this cleavers. I call it, no, some people call it cleavers. We always used to call it sticky willy because the seed pods are really sticky. Makes really nice tea. It's a good spring detox. As are nettles. And you can actually eat raspberry leaves as well, or have them in tea or whatever. So there's some raspberry plants there. Big one at the back there. That's my Angelica, so I've not actually grown that before. It's doing pretty well. I got that up in Northumberland when Neil was working up there. There was a whole, like, there's a name for it. There's a name for it, it's gone out of my mind. But anyway, all different herbs that used to be used for medicines many years ago. And there's a special name for it. It'll come back to me. Physic garden. Yes, so that came from a physic garden in Northumberland. And then here's our climbing arch. So up here we've got some over enthusiastic honeysuckle, which we always get, and then got climbing rose, which smells absolutely gorgeous, proper scented one, old fashioned one. And then there's a really good established clematis plant now as well. So I know it looks a bit tatty at the moment, but that'll all be covered in lovely flowers sort of in a few weeks' time. And then this is my somewhat bruised and battered cherry tree. The pigeons love this so much. Oh, they just destroy it every year, and then I have to keep trimming the top so it doesn't grow up too high. So I didn't let Neil trim this one, so I've trimmed this one, so it's relatively intact but trimmed. And the blossoms smell absolutely gorgeous at the moment. So I can't remember if I mentioned before or not, but yeah, this is the one. I fed this one with ammonium sulfate because it's a really common deficiency now in your soil. If you're getting quite poor growth, which this was so bad last year and quite diseased, is because it was short on sulphur. So I've been feeding it with sulphur, and now it's looking so much better. So I'm quite pleased that's recovering well. And if you can see over the road, that's an ornamental cherry over there behind the lamppost. So that was looking really sorry for itself. So I've fed that as well, and it's looking a lot perkier. So I'm hoping the council won't dig that one out for a wee while longer if it's looking healthier, hopefully. Because there used to be a whole line of these cherry trees right across the whole green. And because they're a bit prone to disease in this area, so there's like some kind of fungal rot that tends to affect cherry trees in this area, and that's certainly got it. This tree's got it to some extent. But anyway, they'll live for another year anyway. And then sort of hiding behind, we've got these are, I don't know if you can see the little flowers. These are my blackcurrant flowers. So we've got blackcurrant bushes there. A little bit later in the season, we normally get in this corner. There's a not very good with names today. Sorry, what's it called? Fuchsia. Yeah, fuchsia plant that's been here since Neil's mum was here. It's really old, but it does keep coming back every year. So that's in the corner. We've got some. Tend to get various. This will be a foxglove when it gets going. So foxgloves flower in the second year. That's quite established. That should come back. It's got a few more rose bushes along here as well. More raspberries, yeah. So, and then last year I planted in hops. I quite fancy the idea of making my own hops for beer, and it grew quite well. And I actually got some hop flowers, which is quite exciting. So I'm hoping that'll come back, but it's not burst to life yet. And then I do love this one. This is dianthus. It's so pretty. So that's again about 2 years old now, I think. Again, it just comes back every year. And I hope you can see this little thing. This is called woodavens, and there's so much of that in this garden. The woodavens tend to really take over, as does the couch grass, as do the, yeah, there's a few things. We have our share of nettles and lots of, yeah, horsetails. There's so many horsetails. Yeah, so it's always a bit of a battle with the weeds in this garden. But as I said, I try to leave it fairly natural because it's good for the wildlife and the birds and so on, and the insects. But anyway, so, hey ho. So, and Neil's hedge is starting to fill out quite nicely now, so it's all budding up nicely. There we go. And there's a bit of a mixture in there. This is the more new part that's still filling in. And it's been so rainy, I've not had to put any water in the bird bath at all. It just keeps topping itself up. We just need a bit of a clean, I think. Yeah, I'll give that clean out a bit later. And the grass has had its first cuts already. So there you go. One quick tour of our front garden.
Alright, so last year, and I forget the gentleman's name, somebody bought myself and Dan one of these bird boxes. So this one, it's got the small hole in it, so that like attract your wrens and your tits and things like that. But you can also take off this for a bigger gap, and then you'll get things like the robins will be attracted to it. So what I've currently done, I've got my blink camera here, is actually checking the box, and I've actually captured so say a couple of tits looking at this, and a robin that was weighing it all up as well. So I have got a couple of other bird boxes now, so I'm going to put up a small hole one again for potential tits, and another box with a wider gap, which I'm going to put a little bit more towards this foliage here, and all being well, that is going to attract the robin. So I'm just going to get those now. I'll show you what I've got. Sorry if you're wondering where Rasha is. So yes, the door's been open and she's just bouncing. There's a story and a half to tell what happened at dawn this morning with flaming rooks. And Rasha fell off the bed, couldn't get back on the bed, and rooks up on the caravan window. Bedlam. Right, I can't remember whether earlier I said I was going to show you a clip of what's been going on at the bird box. Rasha, on at the bird boxes. So have a quick look at this now, what's coming up, and you can see what's going on, and understand what I'm now about to do. Right, so this box here, see it's got the big gap on it. So I've got that for the robin, and look at this one here. And I've got this one for other birdies. And at the end of the season, I don't know if you can see at the bottom of this here, this can open up to remove any old nesting material. And then this ornamental one that I've got here, the caravan, it's got a little door at the back that you can get into and clean it out if you need to. Right, let's go and get these mounted up onto the fence, and fingers crossed, we're going to get some bird action. Right, so bird action. So this one has definitely, we've seen activity and interest in this. This one here now, this is for the posh birds. Look at this one here. And I've got this one tucked down here, a little bit more hidden away with the branches and everything like that. And I'm hoping that that's going to attract a robin. Well, whether or not the blink's going to pick all three up, I'll wait and see. I'm going to need to check the configuration on the blink camera, and fingers crossed, we'll capture something going in and out of the bird boxes. Right, so I'm just going to close up the shed for the day. We're going to grab Rasha and go and give Rasha a little walk down the path. I'll take it down with me, see how the puddling is going on. So I had no rain for 2 days without rain. Very heavy dew this morning though. And yeah, that's good progress. I'm quite happy with where I am today, and then tomorrow is going to be another frantic day of basically grass cutting, and possibly make a start on some conifer hedge cutting as well. So as you can see, we're still on the aftermath of all of that rain. Really bad, but slowly it will clear up, all being well in time for the May bank holidays coming up. And just what I'm thinking on as well, so a few people have commented on Sandra's videos and are really enjoying them. Sorry, big puddle, look at that one there. You know, and saying, Sandra, you should start up your own channel, which is fantastic, and I think Sandra's doing really well. The sort of bit of a problem doing that is obviously it's getting time to not only create content, but you then got to do the editing, do the rendering, do the uploading and things like that, and it all takes, I wouldn't say a massive amount of time, but it all takes time. So I'm fairly lucky because after work in the evenings I'll sit down and do my own video editing then. So that's why you're always a day behind, because obviously I can't be sat on a computer doing my own work when I should be in work's work. So I think Sandra has managed to now work out how to use the little action camera that I've given her. So I keep looking down so don't stand in any water. So she's worked out how to work the DJI vlogging camera that we've got, and she's able to transfer the files over to me, and then I can do the edit and include them. So so that's currently, never say never, but that's currently why there's no changes or plans for Sandra to do her own channel. And in the space of an hour or so, it's actually warmed up again, and it's gone bright but cloudy. let's have a look what's over on the down the track today, shall we? Right, I'm going to wrap this vlog off here for today. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I'm trying not to get muddy feet, and we'll be seeing you guys. And oh, Rasha, where are you taking me? Sorry, Rasha's trying to pull me through a load of mud. I'm going to finish this off here, and once it's Rasha, stupid dog. I'm going to go. Rashi's going to end up pulling me over, and I'll see you guys, and that includes you, on the next one.